Every week, I get the same DM saying, I'm a developer, I don't want to be left behind, how do I get into AI? And here's the thing, if you are already a working developer, you are closer than you think. Not because it's easy, because you already have the hard part, the software engineering brain. What you are missing is a layer on the top, and that is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video. No fluff, no PhD talk, just the actual path. Now, what is an AI engineer? Actually, let's be clear on this first, because half of the roadmap videos get this wrong. An AI engineer is not someone who trains models from scratch. That's a machine learning engineer, and that's a completely different job, different timeline, and different degree. An AI engineer takes models that already exist, like GPT, Claude, Gemini, Llama, and builds real production-grade systems on top of them. They build chatbots that know your company's data, agents that take actions on your behalf, pipelines that processes thousands of documents automatically, systems that actually work when real users hit them. Think of it this way, your job as an AI engineer is to connect things. You connect AI models to company data, to tools, to interfaces, and make that whole system fast, secure, reliable, and cost efficient. That's the job. And companies are hiring for this right now. LinkedIn has consistently ranked it amongst the fastest growing job titles in the US for multiple years running. Job postings asking for LangChain, RAG, and agents are up over 35% on year. This is not a future skill. It is a skill right now, and the compensation reflects that demand. AI engineers in US are averaging anywhere around $150,000 to $200,000 a year, with senior roles at the top companies going well beyond that. So let me walk you through exactly how to get there. Let's talk about phase 1. If you already code any programming language, any stack, you are not starting from zero. A lot of videos out there will tell you that you need to know Python to become an AI engineer. That is not true. You need the ability to work with APIs, handle JSON, build simple backend endpoints, and structure projects cleanly. Most AI tooling examples are written in Python, so picking up basic Python can help, but it is optional. Java, JavaScript, any backend language works just fine. And if you're coming from a Java or Spring Boot background specifically, you actually have a stronger path than the most. Spring AI already exists. You can integrate LLMs directly into your existing Spring Boot applications without rebuilding anything. You just add the layer on the top of what you already know. What is not optional is Git and basic command line skills. Every AI project you build needs to live on GitHub from day one. Let's talk about phase 2, where you start learning as to how you can talk to AI models. And this is where most people think it gets fancy, but it doesn't. You start by calling an API, you send a prompt, get a response, display it somewhere, and that's literally it at first. But here's what separates people who do tutorials from people who actually ship real products, and that is prompt engineering. This is a real skill. How you structure your instructions, how you give the model context, how you control output format, how you handle cases where the model goes off track. Bad prompts give you garbage results. Good prompts give you something you can build a product around. Learn the OpenAI API, the Anthropic API, understand how tokens work, understand why model choice matters, and this phase unlocks everything else. A quick note over here on tokens. Tokens is how LLMs measure text. Not words, not characters, but chunks. The word unbelievable might be 3 tokens, and this matters because you pay per token, and every model has a limit on how much it can process at once. Phase 3 here is about RAG, the most important practical skill right now. And here's the core problem every company faces. LLMs do not know your data. They were trained on the public internet up to a cutoff date. They know nothing about your company's documents, your products, or your internal knowledge base. This is where RAG comes in. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, and it solves this problem. When a user asks a question, you first search your own data for the relevant content and then pass that content to the model along with the question. The model answers using your data, not just its training. And the reason this works is something called as embeddings. So vector databases store your text as embeddings, which is numbers that represent the meaning rather than exact words. So when the user asks a question, the system does not look for matching keywords, it looks for matching meanings. This is what makes the search intelligent, and implementing this well is where real engineering judgment comes in. Good chunking strategies, good retrieval, handling cases where nothing relevant is found, these are small details. They are the difference between a RAG system that actually works and the one that confidently returns the wrong answer. So here you need to learn LangChain, learn Llama Index, get hands-on with vector databases like Chroma or Pinecone, and build something with real documents. Okay, quick pause over here. I want to thank DataCamp for sponsoring this video, but let me tell you why I actually said yes to this one. I have been using DataCamp for years. When I was building out the AI content for Embark X, it was one of the platforms I kept coming back to. You write code on the screen, you get immediate feedback, and you are not watching someone else build. That's the difference, and that matters when you're trying to build muscle memory fast. They have 2 tracks that map almost exactly to what I just described in this roadmap. If you are a developer, backend, full stack, Java, whatever, the Associate AI Engineer for Developers track is your path. It covers LLM APIs, prompt engineering, LangChain, vector databases, the exact stack we are talking about today. If your background is more data science or analytics, they have the Associate AI Engineer for Data Scientist track. Same depth, different entry point. You will cover PyTorch, Hugging Face, fine-tuning, and ML Ops. And if you watched the first 2 minutes of this video and thought, hey, I'm still fuzzy on what an LLM even is, they have an AI fundamentals track which covers core concepts, so start there and then you can come back. What I genuinely like about DataCamp is that it does not let you just watch, it makes you do, and in a field that is moving this fast, building muscle memory matters more than collecting certificates. Links are in the description below, and now let's get into agents because this is where it actually gets interesting. Phase 4 is about agent. An agent is an LLM that doesn't just answer, but it actually acts. It can call APIs, query databases, search the web, run code, trigger workflows, and do a lot more. The skill here is the reliability. Agents fail in weird ways. They loop, they misinterpret tool outputs, they confidently call functions that do not exist, or make up parameters entirely. Learning to build agents that work in production with proper error handling, cost controls, fallbacks, that's what separates a tutorial builder from a real engineer. So you should start getting into LangGraph for orchestration and take a look at MCP, which stands for Model Context Protocol, which has become the standard protocol for safely connecting agents to external systems. Phase 5 is about production, and this is a phase that everyone skips. A working prototype on your laptop is not a product. Production means monitoring, because it involves knowing when your system starts giving bad answers. Having evaluation frameworks by measuring quality systematically, not just this feels right. Prompt versioning, cost tracking, because LLM API builds explode fast if you are not watching. CI/CD for AI systems, logging and observability, and this phase is boring, and it is also exactly what makes you hireable. Anyone can build a demo, but not everyone can ship something that works for 10,000 users and does not break at 2 AM in the night. By the way, I have a full visual roadmap in the description below. Phases, tools, what to learn at each stage, all in one place. Save it before you forget. Let's talk about honest timeline, and let me be very real about it, because most roadmap videos either scare you with it takes 5 years or oversell you with 90 days and you are hired. Both are wrong. And honestly, they are answering 2 different questions over here. There are 2 milestones here and most videos confuse them, so let me separate them for you. Milestone 1 is starting to build with AI, and this is weeks away, not months. If you are a developer already and you're working somewhere, any language, any stack, and you can call an LLM API on D1. Have a basic RAG app running by week 2 and have something demoable by week 3. Don't let anyone tell you this takes months to start. Milestone 2 is getting hired as an AI engineer. Now this is different. This is where production thinking comes in, like monitoring, evaluation, cost optimization, making unreliable systems reliable, and that takes real project time to develop. And this is also where experience level actually matters. If you're working as a developer with 2+ years of experience, it will take you 2 to 3 months to become job ready. Not senior, not world class, job ready, meaning you can build a real feature, talk intelligently about the trade-offs, and contribute on a team doing this work. If you are early in your career, under 2 years, take 4 to 5 months, and you will spend some of that time solidifying backend fundamentals alongside the AI layer. If you are a complete beginner with no coding background, 9 to 12 months minimum it's going to take. The AI part is not the hard part over here. Software engineering fundamentals take time regardless. But here's what's true for all the 3 groups. The people who take a year are almost the ones who spent the first 4 months in preparation mode. watching, note taking, waiting until they feel ready. You are never actually ready. Build anyway. And one more thing over here, this field is moving so fast that a specific tool you learn today may look different in 18 months. So what won't change is the thinking, like how to decompose a problem, how to evaluate the output quality, how to make unreliable systems reliable. Learn the tools to get in the door, build the thinking to stay relevant. Where are you in this journey right now? Drop it in the comments below, like beginner, mid-level dev, or already building something with AI. I'm curious where most of you are starting from. Let's talk about portfolio projects. One good project beats 10 certificates right now. This field is too new for credentials to carry full weight yet. And here's a project that signals real engineering skill. Pick a real domain, collect real documents, build a RAG-based Q&A system over those documents, and expose it through an API. Add logging so that you can see what queries are failing and why they are failing. Write a short post about what broke and what you changed. That shows the full loop. Build, deploy, monitor. Think critically. Most candidates can only show the build part. You want to show all of it. 3 project ideas if you want a starting point: a document Q&A assistant with citations, a natural language to SQL agent that queries a real database, or an email automation agent with clear business rules. Any one of those built properly is a portfolio. I'm letting the comments decide what to build next on this channel. Drop doc Q&A for the document assistant, NL to SQL for the natural language to database agent, or email agent for the email automation project below. Whichever one wins, I'll build the full tutorial. The developers who move fast into AI are not the ones with the most time. They are the ones who stop waiting for the perfect roadmap and start building the first imperfect project. You already have the foundation. The layer on the top is learnable. DataCamp link is in the description if you want a structured path. The roadmap is there too. The first API call takes 5 minutes. You have been ready longer than you think. Now go build something.